Are we live? Sweet. Good evening, everyone. My name is Peter Gaida, and as the proud principal of Nakusp Secondary School, I welcome you all, parents, family, and friends, to the 2021 Nakusp Secondary School commencement exercises. The grads send a special welcome to those family, friends, district staff, and community members watching online and sharing in their event this evening. Thank you to Lee Orr Photography for making this live stream possible. I would like to begin by acknowledging that we are on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Sinixt peoples, and we honor their ongoing presence on the land. Please stand for the playing of our national anthem. Welcome. Please be seated. After a year filled with uncertainty, we recognize that an event hosted this way cannot replace the joy and sense of accomplishment that compares to the students walking across the stage in their cap and gown to accept their diplomas and other awards in front of their family, friends, and members of our community. But we know that the classic graduation experience must continue to look different during these challenging times. While last year's graduating class had their year upended and plans dramatically altered at the finish line, this year's grade 12 students have had their entire year and their future plans shaped by the pandemic. As a small school, we are fortunate to be able to host a scaled-down version of the graduation and celebration with their entire cohort of 2021 graduates. I'd like to begin the formalities by sharing some well wishes from the district and our community partners.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is an honor to be asked to attend this year's graduating class of 2021. I am pleased to bring greetings and congratulations to this year's grad class on behalf of the Village Council and Mayor of Nakusp. This is an extraordinary achievement that has been accomplished today that no one could have envisioned. You will be remembered as the most memorable graduating class that could continue learning during a pandemic. You are now about to step into the future with more purpose, passion, and vision. Your parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, guardians, and friends are extremely proud of your achievements and are now reflecting upon the fact that it feels like just yesterday you were just beginning your first day at school. Where did the time go? So over the years, I have repeated this declaration to the previous graduating classes that I also wish to share with you. This is the following proposal to this graduating class of 2021. Go have your life experiences, continue your education or career training, and when you are ready, come back to Nakusp and help us to continue to build a great, dynamic place to live. We will welcome you home with open arms. None of this class will know unless your parents or grandparents told you, but in 1973, I also graduated from this Nakusp Secondary High School. believe there's a photo of historical archive somewhere we can find and remove the dust. I also left Nakusp and returned with no intention of becoming a mayor. Congratulations to this most memorable graduating class of 2021. All the best in the careers and paths you may wish to pursue. Also wish to remind you, in your career paths, when one door closes, another one will open. Remember, graduation is not the end of a tough journey. It is the beginning of a beautiful one. Again, thank you for this incredible honor today, and a big congratulations to the graduating class of 2021. Thank you again.
Grads, congratulations. And here are a few words. Look for the silver lining. Make a silk's purse out of a sow's ear. That doesn't kill you, will make you strong. Seek truth and reconciliation. Find your grit and have a growth mindset. Grad stories of plague, of pestilence and persecution abound in history, and pepper are present. Yet it's part of the journey of humanity that even when confronted with incomprehensible adversity, the human spirit and the human community demonstrate strength and resilience. You know this. This moment of your graduation from 13 years of school in the midst of a pandemic is a testament to your hard work, your tenacity, your persistence, your passion, and journeying ever towards purpose, your purpose, often and sometimes amidst tremendous adversity. This moment signifies the transition you make from what you have known to what is yet to be created. There is so very much to celebrate. You have all shown so very much that you give to the world, the ways in which you make a difference, all your ways of showing up in good ways. Yes, grads, you are celebrating this most significant milestone in the midst of a pandemic with all its restrictions and challenges, and without all of your friends and families and community and neighbors at your side in person. Yet they are there, cheering you on, just physically distant for this brief moment. Sometimes we may feel alone, yet we are inextricably connected to one another. And as Indigenous ways of knowing teach us, we are vitally a part of the more than human presences of the land, water, animals, and forest. Take heart, take hope. Let your gifts to the world shine brightly, grads. Celebrate and fervently give all that you are. One of my favorite authors, Richard Wabanese, a wise Ojibwe writer, says it best: all that we are is story. From the moment that we are born to the time we continue on our spirit journey, we are involved in the creation of the story that is our time here. It is not what we arrive with, it is all we leave behind. We are not the things that we accumulate. We are not the things we deem important. We are story, all of us. What matters most then is the creation of the best possible story we can while here. You, me, us, together. When we can do that, and we take the time to share those stories with each other, we get bigger inside. We see each other. We recognize our kinship. We change the world one story at a time. Aren't those beautiful words, grads? May you change the world. 2021 graduates, may you change the world one story at a time.
I also have a written message from Miss Grout, who many of you had on your capstone presentations. She writes, "Good evening, 2021 graduating class of Nakusp Secondary School, the NSS staff, and family and visitors joining via the live stream. Grads, this event celebrates the culmination of 13 years of education and growth and the beginning of the choices you have before you as a result of the work you've already done. This has been a terrifically challenging time in the world, and the effect on you cannot be underestimated. You have missed out on many events and experiences that typify the final school year. Although you are graduating from a small rural district, I am confident that you have the foundation to face the challenges of the larger world you are about to enter. On behalf of all of the trustees for School District Number 10, I send you sincere congratulations to each and every one of you, and however you plan to celebrate this milestone, please do so safely." Our thanks to all of our dignitaries for sharing a message. And now we move on to the part that normally happens over 2 days. So one of the traditions at our normal Friday night banquet is the presentation of the major school awards to graduating students. The Saturday custom is to do diplomas and then scholarships. Due to the restrictions, we will be awarding everything all at once tonight: Dogwood diplomas, any school-based awards, and the announcing of financial support from the scholarship and bursary program. Graduates will be asked to visit the stage only once to receive all of their accolades, and I ask those present here to hold your applause for any graduate until I have announced all of their successes. Pay attention to this part, grads. You will be making your way to the stage from the side opposite the podium, stopping at the piggy bank to drop in a toonie for next year's class, and then moving to center stage while I share some information from your grad profile, as well as reading any awards that you might be receiving this evening. After consulting with the grads, they've asked that I call them to the stage in the reverse order of the amount of scholarship and bursary monies that each of them has received. I am sorry to the audience, as you will not know when your graduate is going to be called. Please be aware that some of the graduates chose not to apply for any financial assistance this year. Before we begin, I would like to share a message from the Nakusp Secondary School Scholarship Society President. Valerie Hill writes, "To the graduating class of 2021, the Nakusp Scholarship Society would like to congratulate you on your graduation. Your hard work and perseverance since COVID-19 disrupted all your lives has paid off. Look where you are today. Graduating, what a wonderful accomplishment. The fact that you are here today is a testament to not only your hard work, but to the sacrifices that you, your families, and loved ones were asked to make. As you move on to the next phase of your lives, take with you your determination to succeed. This may not be the dream graduation you had envisioned and planned, but the pride the community feels in your accomplishments is just as heartfelt and significant. Each of the society members wishes to extend sincere congratulations. We wish you many more successes as you move on to the next chapters of your lives." And that's from Valerie Hill, the president of the Nakusp Secondary School Scholarship Society. Are we ready, team? Yeah. Lee, you can move the camera to the center. Aiden Hascarl, son of Carrie and Wayne Hascarl. Aiden is currently working on certification to pursue a career in pest control. He has been an active participant in soccer, basketball, track and field, chess club. During Aiden's 5 years at NSS, he could be found in the gym or roaming the hallways with the boys. One of his favorite memories is participating in soccer provincials in Nakusp when he was only in grade 9. He will forever be mad that he missed out on his third provincial appearance in track and field and soccer due to the pandemic. As Aidan leaves the stage, he leaves us with this quote, "If you ain't first, you're last." Graduates, just a reminder, graduates, that Lee will be available for photos at the side. Lyndon Moran, son of Amanda Fraser and Adam Moran. After a very competitive application process with only a 10% acceptance rate, Lyndon was just this past week accepted into the Royal Military College in Kingston, Ontario, and hopes to pursue a career in aerospace engineering. Involved in soccer, basketball, mountain biking, and band, Lyndon was often a member of either the Gold or Silver Honor Roll and is proud of his poetry award in grade 10 literacy studies, as well as a minor award for soccer. He fondly remembers the relaxed days of unrestricted breathing where we could actually do fun things before the pandemic. And as he leaves the stage, he shares this quote, "Two things are infinite, the universe and human stupidity, and I'm not sure about the universe." Hunter Gadon, son of Janice and Paul Gadon, Hunter plans to return to Okanagan College to pursue his dreams of being a red-sealed carpenter. Soccer, basketball, and track and field. He also helped construct the outdoor classroom at NES and was involved in the installation of solar panels here at NSS and at Edgewood Elementary. His favorite memory was going on sports trips with the boys. He wants to thank Mr. Barasoff for inspiring him to go into his trade of carpentry, and wants to thank the community for giving him the opportunity to excel and learn and to prepare him for life after high school. As he leaves the stage, he shares with us the Walter Sobchak quote, "Forget it, dude, let's go bowling." Eden Reski, son of Candace Reski and brother to Eris and Emily. Eden moved to Nakusp from Manitoba when he was in elementary school. He loves his dog, likes to cook, and can be often found at home relaxing, playing on his computer and video games. He has a great sense of humor. He always had funny jokes or comments about things he was doing and liked to catch the staff off guard whenever he could. He was able to complete his high school goals by spring break and has been working in the community ever since. He's a man of his word and knows what it takes to do a good job. He would like to thank all of those that supported him through the years, especially this year. As he leaves the stage, he leaves us with this idea that he plans to keep working, and who knows where he might end up. Chloe Sylvain, daughter of Melissa Zelznick and Roger Sylvain, Chloe is taking a gap year where she will move to Vernon and work with her grandmother's dog grooming business. She's been a member of the Safe Club, participated in the Remembrance Day Legion art competition every year, took art of any kind, and actually tried to play soccer for a year. She was a proud member of the Silver and Gold Honor Roll for every term and received Artist of the Week multiple times. Her favorite memory is joking around with her friends, doing art with Amy, and the Heritage Fair, where Emily asked her why her grandmother was on her board. She wants to thank all the teachers that have affected her in some way, helping her display a sense of strength, humbleness, exaggeration, freedom, follow-through, and expression, valuable assets that she plans to continue to build upon. As she leaves the stage, she shares the quote from Peter Millark, "Our lives are not just measured in years, they are measured in the lives we touch around us." Just a reminder, graduates, when you join Lee for photos, there's a white tape mark on the floor, please. Russdale Josh, son of Joy and Cade McTavish. Russdale is currently in the process of enlisting in the Canadian Armed Forces. He's been involved in basketball and also helped install the solar panels in Edgewood and here at the high school. He has been a member of the Honor Roll every year and has received awards from the Legion. He is also recipient of 2 special awards this evening. The Glenn Joseph Ferrier Award, recognizing a student from Edgewood and Fauquier who has consistently shown exceptional citizenship characteristics. And Mr. Barasoff is pleased to award Russdale the Industrial Education Award for his outstanding achievements in the shops. Russdale will always remember pulling pranks on the gang, including filling up someone's locker with scraps of paper and garbage whenever they were away, and all the fun competitions like the Terry Fox Run and the house team events. As he leaves the stage, Russdale wishes all of his fellow graduates the best in their future endeavors. Bailey Wallace, daughter of Marnie and Robert Wallace, Bailey plans on taking a gap year before pursuing a post-secondary degree. Actively involved in volleyball, basketball, and soccer, she has won multiple MVPs in different sports. On behalf of Mr. Bass and the sports coaches this year, I am pleased to also recognize Bailey as one of the senior female co-athletes of the year. Some of her favorite memories at school occurred during the annual reindeer games. She wants to thank Andrea Coates for so many things, being someone she could talk to about anything, making her feel comfortable at school, and for always being friendly. And of course, for providing food. Oh, yeah. She asked me to give a shout out to Kyle McDonald. As she leaves the stage, she shares with us her Princess Fiona quote, "I want what any princess wants, to live happily ever after with the ogre that I married. It's been fun, but now I gotta go." Taylor Raskob, daughter of Alexandra and Dustin Raskob. Taylor has applied to the University of Calgary in hopes of going to their zoology program. A member of the grad executive, she was also actively involved in soccer, volleyball, and the snowboard teams. Gold and silver honor roll recipient throughout high school, and also recognized for the most improved player in volleyball and soccer. Like many of you, her favorite memory is going on sports trips and spending time with her teams. She wants to send a thank you to Mrs. Flessiker for inspiring her to pursue a career in science. Taylor says that Mrs. Flessiker has made her love of science grow throughout high school and made her realize that she wanted to do something in sciences for a living. Taylor is receiving 1 scholarship this evening from the Scholarship Society. And as she leaves the stage, she leaves the quote, "It's not hard to find the energy to do something you absolutely want to do." Matt LaPlante, son of Michelle Waskell, Matt has been accepted into the writing program at Selkirk College in Castlegar starting this fall. Member of the basketball, soccer, and track and field teams, he was the senior boys' most sportsmanlike player last year and often a member of the honor roll. Matt is known as being the undefeated three-point shooting king here at the school. His favorite memory is going to soccer provincials with the boys in grade 11. He wants to send a thank you to Miss Wiseman, Miss Singh, Mr. Bass, Mrs. DeLong, and myself for always believing in him and being there for him. He knows that they all helped him grow, not only as a student, but also as a person. He knows he would definitely not be on this stage if it weren't for our support. Matt is receiving one scholarship this evening from the Nakusp Scholarship Society, and as he leaves the stage, he asked me to make mention of his Nana, who is not here anymore, but in heaven with her Jesus. He knows she would be here if she could, and knows she is looking down on him and is extremely proud. In his heart, he knows she's giving him a bear hug and kisses from afar. Matt adds, "I love you, Nana. This one's for you." Shaylin Grosslin, daughter of Jennifer Grosslin and James Hall. Shay has been accepted into the Okanagan College for taking business administration, and she is currently deciding whether or not she will take a gap year to save up more money before pursuing this opportunity. She was active in basketball, soccer, and briefly played volleyball. She says her school award is being awesome and way too popular. She will always be remembered for roaming the halls and babbling about irrelevant topics, all of the sports trips with the girls, and assisting people during the day with Darian. She wants to thank her friends and Mrs. Wiseman for always pushing her further and supporting her future plans. A huge shout out to Mr. Gaida for whipping up breakfast sausages every hump day. Shay is receiving one scholarship from the Arrow Lakes Grape Growers Society, and as she leaves the stage, she shares this quote, "You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great." Kaylee Huss, daughter of Michelle and Jody Huss. Kaylee is planning on taking a gap year, then going to school for a Bachelor of Arts degree. She says she can be found anywhere but her classes. She enjoyed playing basketball and soccer and has received an award for senior girls basketball. Her favorite memories are all of the basketball and soccer trips. Her biggest inspiration at school was Andrea Coates. Just saying her name, and most people will know why. Kaylee is receiving 2 scholarships this evening, the Betty Watson Memorial Bursary and an award from the Nakusp Scholarship Society. As she leaves the stage, she reminds you of the Jay-Z quote, "You learn more in failure than you ever do in success." Emily Watson, daughter of Crystal and Curtis Watson. Emily has been accepted to Selkirk College in Nelson for the hairstylist program and will be attending in the fall. She helped serve lunch at Cougar Snacks, and I'm also told she spray painted the school during an art project, but still won't admit to it. She has been a consistent member of the honor and effort roles, and her favorite memories are painting a mural in the gym for the gym with her friends, going on walks in science classes, and the grade 12 auto class. She wants to say that Mr. Razzo inspired her because he always believed in her when she was struggling in math, and he helped her pass. She is receiving 4 financial awards today: the Donna Wong Memorial Bursary, the Needles Reunion Bursary, a Skill and Trades Bursary, and the Katrine Conroy MLA Bursary. As she returns to her seat, she shares this quote, "Stop giving CPR to dead situations." Trinity Didier, daughter of Stephanie Ritchie and Candace and John Didier. Now that she has completed the Level 1 hairstyling course during the ITA program, Trinity wants to eventually get her hours and become Red Seal certified. She's also planning on taking a business course online in September while also working and then taking a nail tech course. Trinity played soccer, volleyball, and basketball throughout high school and was also an active player for 7 seasons in the Nakusp minor hockey program. She is proud to have made the honor and effort role throughout her time at NSS. Her favorite memory is being able to go to college throughout her grade 12 year, and in her own words, she said, "That was pretty dope." She has made so many new friends and memories, it will definitely be an unforgettable experience. She wants to add that the sports trips were always pretty fun too. A special thank you to Mrs. Wiseman, who told her about the Youth and Trades program. She wouldn't have been able to do it without you. Trinity is receiving 3 financial awards tonight: the Class of '97 Bursary, a Nakusp Scholarship Society Award, and the Hospital Employees Union Bursary. As she leaves the stage, she wants to remind her fellow graduates that pain is temporary, but swag is forever. Melissa Hascarl, daughter of Angie and Ty Hascarl. Melissa will be attending the hairstylist program at Selkirk College Trades Campus in Nelson starting in September. Upon completion, she plans on working towards her Red Seal certification. An active member of volleyball, basketball, and soccer since grade 8, she has been the most valuable player in junior girls volleyball, most inspirational player in volleyball, most improved player in senior girls soccer, most improved player in senior girls basketball throughout her athletic career. I am also pleased to recognize Melissa as one of the senior female co-athletes of the year. Her favorite memory is the grade 11 volleyball playoffs in Castlegar. Snuck out at 11:30 after curfew and walked from the Super 8 to the 7-Eleven and McDonald's. They met some cute hockey boys in town and gave them their snaps through a paper airplane. You wrote it, so let me share it. She wants to thank Mrs. Wiseman, who encouraged her to keep moving on with life and be the strongest and best person she can be. Today, Melissa is receiving 4 scholarships and bursaries: the Royal Canadian Legion Branch 20 Gaming Award, the CIBC Robin Pazurek Memorial Bursary, a Skills and Trades Bursary, and the Clark Kessler Memorial Bursary. As she leaves the stage, she shares this quote from Alex L. I'm thankful for my struggles, because without them, I wouldn't have stumbled across my strengths. Oh, and one more thing. I'm told that I can also refer to her as the best Hascarl in class. Colby McIntosh, son of Nancy Plank and Coleman McIntosh, Colby has been accepted into the heavy-duty foundation mechanics program at Okanagan College in Kelowna. An active member of the soccer, basketball, track and field, and ski teams. Colby is proud that he qualified for track and field provincials in hurdles without ever doing the proper technique even once. He is the first NSS student that we know of to have received the AF logging bursary. He will always remember the sports trips and making Denny's runs with the boys. He takes great inspiration from his parents, who have shown him how hard work can be rewarded. Colby is receiving 2 financial awards today: the Debbie Jones Memorial Bursary and a Skills and Trades Bursary. As he returns to his seat, he shares this quote from Jim Leahy: "I'm the monkey in charge of the bananas." Silas Lampamaki, son of Janice and Sean Neufeld, Silas will be attending the University of Manitoba come this fall, and there he will be studying for a Bachelor of Science, intending to pursue a field of entomology. Actively involved in mountain biking and trail building, he was a regular member of the Gold Honor Roll. I am pleased to let Silas know that the staff have also chosen him for the Free Spirit Award, which is given to the member of the graduating class who exemplifies taking the road less traveled and being true to yourself. Silas's favorite memory is being one of the brave, pioneering students who started playing the great, and some might say the best sport, known as kickball. Silas is being bestowed with the one financial award this evening, the logging bursary, and as he leaves the stage, he wants to remind everyone, and that I quote this exactly, "Pants are for losers, I wear shorts." And all I have to add to that is good luck with that in Winnipeg. As the principal of the school, I am also told that I have the authority to declare Silas Lampamaki as the superior Silas. Julie Fauché, daughter of Katie Hine and Mark Fauché, Julie has been accepted to Lakeland College in Alberta, but is also considering a different path towards her goal of working with horses. She is a member of the junior and senior girls soccer team, and one of her favorite memories will be pretending to work at Cougar Snacks just to get free food. She will also be remembered for trying to encourage her horse into the school for her grad portrait sitting, and she wants to apologize to Verna, the custodian, sorry about the poop. Julie is receiving 3 financial awards this evening, the Debbie Samuelson Memorial, the Nakusp Scholarship Society Award, and the Canadian Mountain Helicopters Kootenay Lodge at Arrow Lakes Bursary. Julie made the mistake of saying that I could add whatever I wanted to her grad profile. So here are some things I'm sure that Julie has said or would say to me. I'm sassy, classy, and a little bit smart-assy. I tried to be good once, but I got bored. And my personal favorite, Mr. Gaida, there's no reason to repeat yourself. I ignored you just fine the first time. In all seriousness, as Julie leaves the stage, she shares the following quote with us, "Dreams don't work unless you do." Brooklyn Schiller. Daughter of Nicole and Kevin Schiller, Brooklyn has been accepted to Douglas College in Vancouver for the Bachelor of Science program in psychiatric nursing. A member of the ski team and the girls' soccer team, and recently joined the mountain biking team for just a short time until she fell off her bike on flat ground and decided it wasn't for her. She also helped out at Cougar Snacks, but not for the free food. Brooklyn was often a member of the school honor and effort roll. Her fondest memory at school is when fellow ski team member Araya Leeson and her kept making their coach, Adam McQuare, question his decision to coach for another year. Mr. Bearsoft, she also remembers lighting the buffer wheel on fire in the metal shop, and Miss DeLong, she apologizes for accidentally spray painting the school with Kiki and Emily, although Emily still will not admit that she did that. She has quite a few wonderful inspirations here at the school, but one that has stood out for her is Miss Singh. She pushed Brooklyn to do her best in fitness classes and then stay there during the quarantine. She's also the reason Brooklyn believes she passed math. Brooklyn is being bestowed with 4 financial awards this evening: the Arrow Lakes Hospital Foundation Award, the Arrow Lakes Healthcare Auxiliary Award, the Sarah Jenkins Memorial Bursary, and the Ron Aldridge Award. As she leaves the stage, she wanted to share one of her favorite Mr. Bass quotes, "That's just the way the cookie crumbles." Isaac Flamen, son of Leah Gilliland Isaac has been accepted into the Red Seal electrician program in the Okanagan, and after completing that, he wants to work for BC Hydro as a power line technician. An active member of soccer and track and field squad, as well as occasionally joining basketball. This year, he joined cross country, mountain biking, and golf, mainly because they happened. Numerous MVP awards for sports. I'm also pleased to announce that Isaac has been chosen by his peers for the Alan Taylor Award. Presented by the class of 1965, the winner of this award, chosen by secret ballot, is given to the graduate who his peers feel has contributed the most to their grade 12 year. His favorite memory, like many, is participating in provincial soccer as well as track and field. He wants to thank Miss Singh for being a big impact on who he has become. He notes that she pushed him no matter what, whether it was Humanities 8 or 9 or track and field. Isaac is receiving 3 monetary awards tonight: the Kootenay Savings Credit Union Bursary, the Royal Canadian Legion Branch 20 Poppy Bursary, and a Skills and Trades Bursary. He wants to thank Mr. Bass for putting up with all the bad jokes, the torture, and stress that they gave him while continuing to be cool, and Mr. Boswell for being one of the, if not the most interesting teachers at Nakusp Secondary School. As he returns to his seat, Isaac shares his least favorite quote from Mr. Bass, which is, "That's the way the cookie crumbles." Liam Coates, son of Rochelle and Jamie Coates, Liam has been accepted into the Thompson Rivers University program for refrigeration and air conditioning mechanic. Actively involved in soccer, basketball, and track and field, as well as golf, a member of several honor and effort roles. He will always be known as being the top goal scorer in PE class, no matter what the sport. He also wants to point out how he was constantly lighting it up on the ping pong table in room 10, as well as participating in soccer provincials in Burnaby with the boys. He's receiving 4 financial awards this evening, one from Save On Foods, as well as the Debbie Jones Memorial Bursary, the Columbia Power Corporation Scholarship, and the Jason Ambrock Memorial Award. As he leaves the stage, Liam would like to leave us with this quote, and I'm told that everyone says this: "Liam stole my girl again." Ledger Coates, son of Andrea and Sean Coates. Ledger is currently on the wait list for the firefighting training program at the College of the Rockies in Cranbrook, but is also qualified for an intake interview for a career in the military. He has often been a member of the Bronze and Silver Honor Rolls, and I am pleased to say, Ledger, that you are one of the co-recipients of the Above and Beyond Award for earning the most credits above the 80 required for graduation. In your envelope, you will find a $100 check from me on behalf of the school to show you that hard work does pay off. He wants to thank Mr. Boswell, who's been instrumental in helping him get started in his search and rescue volunteer career, which has become his favorite thing to do in Nakusp. In his own words, "I owe him a million thanks." Ledger is being bestowed with 5 financial prizes today: the Royal Canadian Legion Branch 20 Gaming Award, the Debbie Jones Memorial, the Columbia Basin Trust Youth Service Award, the Star of the West Masonic No. 61 Award, and the Joe Lee Bursary from CUPE Local 2450. As he leaves the stage, he wants to send a shout out to Mr. Stace and Miss Lowen, just because. Zara Moody, daughter of Dana Lang and Bob Moody, Zara has been accepted into 4 different schools, but is choosing to go into a government program that will place her in a hospital for training and then send her to school paid for by the government. In her own words, I don't want no student debt. She's played volleyball since she got here, joined the soccer team for a couple of seasons, and has been on the principals list twice and received 2 MVP awards. One of her favorite memories is bringing a couch into the girls' washroom to, in her own words, chillax. She takes her inspiration from Mrs. Flessaker. She took many advanced science courses over the year, and she appreciated that Mrs. Flessaker always pushed her to try, even when she thought she couldn't. She's learned so much from you over the years. She is the recipient of 5 scholarships and bursaries today: the Arrow Lakes Healthcare Auxiliary Bursary, the Arrow Lakes Hospital Foundation Bursary, the Green Door Memorial, the Dave Grimshire Memorial, and the Class of 2000 Bursary. As Zara leaves the stage, she shares this quote with her peers: "Catch you on the flippity flip." Darian Smith, daughter of Tracy and Mike Smith. Darian hopes that she can either stay and work here or move to the Okanagan for a bit and make money. She may also plan to buy Valley Foods store from her parents and work and live in Nakusp. She's been involved in numerous sports, including soccer, volleyball, and basketball, and recently joined the golf team. She has been honored to be chosen alongside Isaac Flamond to be a co-valedictorian. Darian wrote more NSS memories than all of the rest of you combined. I had to pick a few because the list was too long, so here's a few. The first, bugging all the staff members in the school for snacks, especially Mr. Gaida, because I gave her free hot dogs. Getting bugged by Miss Singh because Shay and she were looking at the guys working outside installing the windows. And then discussing how cute Mr. Strand and Miss Reed's future baby will be for both of them. She also remembers singing in the hallways with Shay as loud as she could and dancing with Noah. She wants to thank Miss Singh because she's so real and honest. She'll tell you what you need to get done and how to do it while being supportive and helpful with a bit of sass and some comedy involved. She's the furthest from fake that you can get, which I love and appreciated. Darian is being bestowed with 6 monetary awards today. The Arrow Lakes Hospital Foundation Bursary, the Vera Johnson Memorial, the Gord Roberts Memorial, the Debbie Jones Memorial, the Royal Canadian Legion Branch 20 Poppy, and the Janice Berge Memorial. As she leaves the stage, she shares this quote, and I'll do my best, Darian. Don't hate the player, hate the fool. Don't forget your photos, Darian. Jack Watt, son of Sandra and Hugh Watt, Jack will be attending post-secondary school for mechanical engineering. He's been an active member of the ski team and track and field team, as well as the band. The top academic student in grade 8, grade 9, grade 10, and grade 11. Gold honor roll for every term, the top French student in grade 10. He has also been selected as the recipient of the Trinity McQuare Award for his involvement and work with the local ski program, and this past fall was selected as the school's nominee for the Schulich Leader Award. Jack will be receiving 7 financial awards this evening. The Rotary Club of Nakusp NAC4 Bursary for Academics, the Grad Class of 2003 Bursary, the Trinity McQuare Memorial Scholarship, the Erling Johnson Memorial, the Joan Fowler Memorial, and the Sarah Steichel Memorial Bursary. As he leaves the stage, Jack wanted to apologize to all of his teachers, for he is sure they were not fond of his organizational skills, but he wants to point out that somehow he always managed to get things done. Silas Sterrett. Son of Sharon and Kevin Sterrett, Silas is planning on attending Vancouver Island University to take the Resource Management Officer Training Diploma with the goal of eventually becoming a conservation officer. He plans on spending some time traveling and visiting places around the world. Active member of the soccer, basketball, and track and field teams, Silas could often be found shooting hoops in the bus parking lot until very late at night. Consistent member of the school honor and effort rolls and numerous MVP awards for sports, he was the Senior Male Athlete of the Year in 2020, and he is also being awarded the 2021 Senior Male Athlete of the Year award by Mr. Bass and the NSS coaches. His favorite memory is tearing it up with the boys on sports trips, especially the Hope trip and the soccer provincials. He wants to thank Ben Gardner and Renee Goodman, for without them, he would never have found his love for basketball or sports in general, and that would have been a real shame. Silas is taking home 10 financial awards today. The Royal Canadian Legion Branch 20 Gaming Award, the Nakusp and District Chamber of Commerce, the Renewable Resources Bursary, the NAC4 Bursary for Trades, the Class of 95 Sports Bursary, the Arrow Lakes Historical Society Harry Murphy Memorial Award, the Reunion 80 Award, the Arrow Lakes Teacher Association Scholarship, and a District Authority Award. He wants to send a shout out to his mom and dad for always being there for him and for helping him make it this way. As he leaves the stage, Silas shares this quote from Michael Scott: "Would I rather be feared or loved? Easy. Both. I want people to be afraid of how much they love me." Kiera Minchin, daughter of Jolene and Andrew Minchin. Although accepted to a couple of art programs, including Emily Carr in Vancouver, Kiki has decided to attend the Alberta University of the Arts for her Bachelor of Fine Arts degree with a focus in painting. She worked at Cougar Snacks, helped with our Remembrance Day celebration, was a member of the grad executive and part of the team that painted some new murals which will soon grace the walls of our school. Kiera has been selected as the recipient of the Marion Cusick Award for Outstanding Effort in Arts and is also the co-recipient of the Above and Beyond Award for earning the most credits above the 80 required for graduation. There's also a $100 check in your envelope. By the way, the trophy over on the table is yours, but it's really heavy. So, recently awarded an external scholarship from Cal Tire. Her favorite memory at school is leaving at lunch with Brooklyn to make ramen at her house and then returning, but not quite late for class. She wants to thank Mrs. DeLong for challenging her art and pushing her further beyond where she ever thought she imagined she could go. She also wants to thank Miss Still for teaching her discipline with her classwork and that a deadline is a deadline. Kiera is receiving a total of 14 scholarships and bursaries today. They include accolades from the Royal Canadian Legion Gaming, the Arrow Lakes Healthcare Auxiliary Award, the Arrow Lakes Hospital Foundation, the Arrow Lakes Teachers Association, the Debbie Jones Memorial Columbia Basin Trust Youth Service Award, the Class of 94, 2001, and 2006 bursaries, the Garth Haggart Memorial, the Arrow Lakes Arts Council Award, the Bill Robison Memorial, a District Authority Award, as well as the Trustee Mission Award. As she leaves the stage, she shares with us the quote she uses when she's stressed. Shh, it's fine. Please tell me I didn't miss anyone. Lee, when you're done there, can I get the camera back this way? Getting ready for the next part. I would like to send a thank you to the donors, as well as the members of the Scholarship Committee, Valerie Hill, Susan Patterson, Kathy Bone, Cam Leach, and Francis Wamsley. The amazing work that you all do will have a powerful and lasting effect on our graduates. Every year, I continue to be in awe over the generosity shown by this community. With today's announcement, these graduates have just received over $69,000. Recently, the graduates held a vote, and they selected two of their peers to share some stories and say goodbye for all of them. It gives me great pleasure to call on co-valedictorians Isaac Flamand and Darian Smith.
I got stuck. Oh, okay.
You guys ready? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Teachers, staff, and all the wonderful people listening. You have helped us throughout our journey of our school lives and pushed us to be here today. Without all you, we wouldn't be on the stage representing the grad class of 2021 and commemorating our time together. It all started in the year 2016 when we entered the chambers of BO and puberty. Grade 8 year, lots of us were anxious, excited, or even terrified. Most ask themselves if they are going to fit in, or if they're wearing the right clothes, or are they going to make a good impression. But never once did I hear about who owned the coolest Pokemon cards. Luckily, as soon as we got here, we were automatically Mr. Guida's favorite class. We quickly got along with the other classes in the school, from joining sports teams and grape juice connoisseuring.
Okay. As the years went on, more memories were made through weekend shenanigans and being close in classes, but the best memories were made on sports trips. I remember singing as loud as we could with Mr. Bass, and how everyone always had their windows down because I would literally crap my pants the whole way there. I'm very sorry, guys. That was really gross. Anyways, on one of our trips, we actually got stuck on the pass from Creston, and I remember Renee, who was in grade 12, had to crack a watermelon over her knee, and we all would eat out of it with our hands. Wouldn't go well with COVID now, but it was back then, you know? Anyways, and then I climbed into a snowy creek to get us water. And then I'm sure Andrea remembers when she was dealing with one of our players in the hospital and us in the hot tub with our new jerseys and pants on. So that was awesome. We were wearing our new uniforms in the hot tub. And then lots of other memorable things happened, but we'll probably save those for ourselves. So yeah.
To the boys who were recruited, remember that battle it took us to go to soccer provincials in grade 9? Yeah, me neither. Because we got a buy-in for hosting. I know what most of you are thinking. No, not all sports years were that easy to make it Pro Vs like that one. All the best memories I had during high school were with the boys and sports trips. No matter where the Nakusp boys were, we were always causing havoc in any other town or city. Cranbrook Zones trip in grade 10, everyone joined us in a room to create a wrestling ring, and matchups were not fair. Heavyweights versus lightweights, tall boys versus small boys. The matches went all night long before the Xbox was turned on. That was after the day where Nakusp probably made a record with 7 kids qualifying for provincials. A Soyuz soccer trip in grade 11 was also pretty entertaining. That trip was where we met where some cute girls dropped their phone numbers in our bus, and us boys, following our natural instincts, messaged them to hang out later that night. And lastly, the Burnaby trip. Oh, Bass, I am so sorry. The things we should tell you, but we can't. I will tell you one thing, though. Similkameen wasn't even staying at our hotel.
Okay. Now, this last one was probably, to me, our most fun, but that was just my experience. Our grad campo was definitely one to remember. That was our first grad event together as a class, and it gave a good starter for our final year together. It started out calm and organized with everyone putting up their tents and getting set up because a couple of the adults were present, so we had to seem like the good little grads we promised we are. But once the adults were out of sight, the night got started. But some of the funniest moments were probably how rowdy it got writing on our shirts for some reason. That got heated also. Matt breaking his tent and ending up in the lake. Don't really know what happened there. Isaac slept in the wrong Forerunner by the end of the night. That's pretty fun. And then the boys probably remember Shay and I hanging out the trailer window for entertainment purposes. Yeah.
Again, we'd like to give our class the biggest thank you to each and every one of you. Lots of the memories were made with each other, like being Green Game winners in grade 6.
Yeah.
Torturing Miss Leach on the grade 7 camping trip, or even if it was just a regular bus ride to anywhere. Everywhere we went and every day we spent together, we have memories with you guys. We have no doubt that each and every one of you will grow up and be successful. This last year has been the hardest year for all of us, not being able to finish our last year of sports and not able to hang out with each other during other activities. But we persevered through it as a group, and this shows that we can get through any situation that we face and come out with our heads high. All of you helped make Nakusp home. You will forever live in my heart as lifelong friends I grew up and graduated with. From the bottom of our hearts, we will miss you so much, and we wish you all the greatest lives after high school.
Okay. And we would like to thank all of the staff for getting us through high school, because some of us seriously wouldn't have made it without the extra push. But there's a couple teachers who were with our class the most, so we need to give a little extra thank you to them. So a huge thank you to Miss Singh for always playing a big role in our classes' high school lives with sports and everyday check-ins. You always reminded us how much you cared and wanted to be involved with our class. Mr. Bass, honestly, I'm so sorry for the amount of sass and backtalk you got from our class. It was insane. You truly have some good self-control, because I would have lost it if a class bullied me as much as ours did to you. So I'm very sorry. And then Miss Wiseman, you played such a big role making sure we were kind and smart enough to go into the big world, and for helping us plan our way into this world. Also, we greatly appreciate the in-class birthday parties we had. Those were pretty epic. And then Mr. Guida, thank you for not being stuck up and not making high school suck. With you leading the school, we actually got to wear clothes we liked and be as loud and expressive as we wanted. If you were an unfun principal, I assure you, you wouldn't have lasted. You would have been gone. Also, thank you for all the hot dog lunch days we had, because I know those are mainly for me. Okay. And lastly, we would like to thank the people who got us here today. Whether it was waking us up, helping us while we freaked out over homework, sorry, Dad, wiping our tears, watching us get ready to move out, or paying for all of our grad essentials, you were the ones who were here till the bitter end. So we're sorry for all the family dinners we missed and weekend outings or being home to say goodnight, but it's all a part of growing up. So thank you for putting up with us for so long. Not that you had a choice anyways, but we wouldn't have been able to, plan and add the finishing touches to our grad if it wasn't for you. So thank you to our parents so much, and the teachers that did help, but mainly our parents, because they really got us here. So we truly appreciate and love all of you. So thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Where was I? Oh, there I am. I'd like to call on graduates Kiara Minchin and Melissa Hascarl to make a presentation on behalf of the class.
Good evening, everyone. The grads of 2021 would like to give a special thanks to a few staff members that have made our last year of high school something to remember. First of all, we would like to give a huge thank you to Miss Singh for being our teacher rep. If you would like to come up, we have something for you. And for being our cheerleader since grade 8 and pushing us forward and encouraging us to be better people when we don't want to be. We would also like to thank Miss Coates, if you'd like to come up as well, for being our in-school mom. For being our in-school mom and keeping us organized and looking after us at all times and feeding us snacks when we get cranky. Yeah. And last but not least, we would like to thank Mr. Gaida for everything he did this year to make this high school an amazing place to learn, as well as giving us the best grad we could, because I'm so happy to be here in this gym with all of you guys tonight. Despite all the challenges we have faced this year, you three have made this year special, and we are so grateful for you all. Thanks, God.
Thanks, Kiki and Mel. I have a gift for the grads. I apologize to those watching online, but due to the live stream broadcasting restrictions, portion of this video may not have any audio. I posted a link on the school Facebook page for the full video for those unable to see it. I haven't been able to check to see if it's live, so if it's not, I'll make sure it is for parents tomorrow. But Ms. DeLong, whenever you are ready. Your projector's still closed, maybe? I always like the fact that I get the last word. NSS grads of 2021. Look where 900 days of high school have brought us. Many of you watching tonight might not realize the special bond that this graduating class and I share. For most of them, their arrival to NSS in the fall of 2016 coincided with mine. They, as new and naive and somewhat shorter grade 8s, and me as a brand new and naive and less gray-haired principal. Since then, we have grown together as they have openly accepted my annual challenges. They've embraced the change and raised the bar. They've revealed their inner superhero, and this year have shown themselves to be 180 degrees from ordinary. They have put up with my sarcasm and my sassiness, and many have returned it in kind. I've had the pleasure of watching them grow into the confident young women and men that will soon be leaving NSS to take on the world. And as a school community, we have weaved together a story. Some parts positive, some negative, and others a combination of both. The last 5 years have been a collection of stories. Do you remember reading your slam poetry over at the Bonington? Mrs. DeLong recalls during your first week of school here, which was also her first week of school here, and she was wondering about the very odd impression she must have left with you when she spontaneously decided to read you her altered remake of Dr. Seuss's Oh, the Thinks You Can Think. She remembers looking up at your faces, and half of you were entertained and the other half looked horrified. One of your capstone committee members shared that how your impactful stories that you told during your presentation showed the deep emotional connection that you all have to this school and this community, your joys, your struggles through your journey to date, and how the relationships with your peers and teachers have stood out. Even though we did not get to do a lot this year, how can we ever forget the high school stories of traveling for sporting events, the endless food options, hot lunches, cinnamon buns, ice cream bars, hot dogs, burgers, and pizza days, hanging out in room 10, watching or playing ping pong and foosball. Together, we all lived the tales of stress and joy and disappointment of your driving tests, the ups and downs of your relationships with your friends and your family and with each other. It is inevitable that the story of your life is going to be told and retold. Everyone is going to talk about it, the good, the bad, or otherwise. The staff, we're going to talk about you after you're gone. Your friends are going to share their memories about you, and the lives you've influenced are going to share pieces of your story as well. And don't forget, your parents have stories to share about you. And when you're older, your kids and maybe even your grandkids will have a story to share about you. So as you get ready to leave NSS, I have one final challenge for all of you. Go out into the world and make decisions and live a life that creates the stories that you want to be retold. I wish you all the best to go out and create a story worth telling. I want to thank you for letting me be part of your story and appreciate each and every one of you for being part of mine. You've constantly challenged me and those around you to be better, and you have helped me to be a better principal and have added so much to my own journey through life and my stories, and for that, I will be forever grateful. I want to remind everyone that events like this just don't happen in a vacuum, and there are so many people to thank but there's a few I want to highlight today specifically. The Scholarship Society for all their great work, the school district maintenance crew, the Village of Nakusp, Leor from Leor Photography, and a special thank you to the staff who are here and have helped off and on all day and all week with everything that's happened. This brings us to the end. The traditional cap toss will end tonight's ceremony, so I will ask the graduates to now stand, grab their caps, and place them on their heads or with their tassel on the right-hand side. Staff, if you could move your chairs off to the bleacher side and maybe help some of the students who are struggling with it. Students, once you have your hat and tassel, if you could move to the back in the open. Again, a reminder that the tassel goes on the right-hand side, starts on the right-hand side of your mortarboard. You guys don't have to be quite that far away. You can move back this way just a little bit. So the tassel before graduation symbolizes your time as a regular high school student. Today, in anticipation of you receiving your diplomas in the summer, I ask that you now move your tassel to the left-hand side to signify the confirmation of your newfound graduate status. Graduates, are you ready to toss your hats? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the 2021 graduates of Nakusp Secondary School. I want to thank you all for participating in the live stream. I want to thank everyone for their help, and have a safe evening.